Ha, ha, ha. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oz. I am your wizard, but tonight you all can call me Johnny Surry. Before my first trick, may you all please slide to the front of your seats. Okay, thank you. Now you all may slide back. So before you all leave tonight, if you all don't get anything else out of what I have to say, you all can say that the wizard, Johnny Surry, had you on the edge of your seats. So as I get started, I want to talk about a few different things. But the first thing I want to talk about are a few missing pieces. See, in The Wizard of Oz, there's a man of steel. Not Superman, but the Tin Man. And so the Tin Man was missing something vitally important: his heart. And so as we begin to think about why was he missing his heart, I first want to pose my first question. How many of us know somebody that has organs but is organless? And so as you think about this question and you ponder on this statement, you can often think about somebody that you know or even yourself who is operated as such. And so it simply means that you have a heart, but you're not showing compassion. Scholars and psychologists coined this term as alexithymia, which is a personality construct characterized by the subclinical inability to identify the emotions within oneself. So you're not able to show compassion or actually connect with one another. Or oftentimes today we classify that as being empathetic. So how do we fix this issue? If we look at the Tin Man, he was searching for a heart. But if we compare that to today's time, we can compare that to kids missing their father. So the Tin Man was in search for a heart, and kids today who don't grow up with fathers are searching for their fathers. But there's a great thing, there's a silver lining in every story. See, the Tin Man had 3 people to support him and be around him. And kids growing up have people around them to help them. They're called villages. This is one person who was in my village, my mother. And so my dad was in my life, but he wasn't physically actually active in my life. So to be in somebody's life and not be active, that goes back to our term alexithymia, not being able to actually work there and be there for the person that needs you the most. So I'm thankful for my mother for being a part of my village. She was one person in my village. When we think about the 100 Black men of America, they have a saying, what they see is what they'll be. And so oftentimes it takes that village to show people what it is and what it means to be a father, to be a part about fatherhood, and actually be in somebody's life. And so as I continue, another area that can impact this issue is breaking generational curses and reoccurring cycles. So my dad was in my life, but he wasn't actively in my life. So when I have children, I have to realize that I have to be actively in their lives. I can't do the things that he did to me, to my children. Although I may get everything that I want and need, I have to realize that it's not about that. It's about showing compassion and being there and giving things that they actually need: time, love, attention. And so as I continue, we have to realize and think about what else is needed to break this generational curse. You have to be consistent. You actually have to be consistent to say, you know what, I'm going to be here. I'm going to make your basketball games. I'm going to make your baseball games. I'm going to make all the activities that you have, because although my father wasn't there, I'm going to be there. We can't say because my father isn't in my life, I'm not going to be in my child's life. You have to do the right thing to break the generational curses. Going back to what I said with 100 Black men, what they see is what they'll be. You have to set the standard and be that example. It takes a village. The Tin Man wouldn't have been able to find his heart if he did not have a village. His village was Dorothy, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. And you have to realize your villages are different. Everybody has a different village. Sometimes it's just an aunt. Sometimes it's just brothers and sisters. You don't have a mother or a father. But you have to realize that different people play different roles within your life. So as I continue, back on the villages, you have to remember that oftentimes people are going through battles that you don't really know about. So oftentimes people can't really connect with you or show you what you're missing or what you need because they have things that they're going through within themselves. So it's vitally important that we go and get help. We go in to seek attention and say, hey, these are different things that I'm struggling with and I'm unable to provide for the next person, so I need help so that I can be right. And so as I get ready to close, I want to leave you out one thing. To connect with the everlasting chain, the unbreakable chain, the rusted chain, you have to be one, rounded and rooted and being positive in life. You have to, one, have a village to help and support you, and you have to break generational curses. Ladies and gentlemen, from brotherhood to manhood to fatherhood, the link has been found. Thank you.